right, folks. Welcome to the 2021 Lustration of the Ancestors. This is our little concert thing that we got set up going on. So our first performer is Reverend John Anastasio. Say hi for a second, Reverend John.
Hey, everybody. Looking forward to playing some of this music for you guys. I don't think I've had a chance to do this. This is going to be fun.
Excellent, excellent. All right, so unfortunately, Reverend John and Cloud, what y'all don't know is that I have a little history in journalism. So I definitely plan on asking y'all some questions about your music, your inspiration, like your joy, and kind of like why you like to do stuff like this. So be prepared for that grilling before you get started with your sets, okay?
Okay.
All right, so Reverend John, first of all, talk to me a little bit about your genre and like how you would classify your style of music.
So, well, I call it contemporary folk. And if you go on my CD Baby album pages, you'll see me refer to it in many more syllables than that. Sort of introspective acoustic folk rock, and that's kind of how it is. It's the I don't write very many songs about specifically about spiritual subjects, although I do that, and you'll hear some of that tonight. But and on Sunday morning, but the all of it is inspired by emotion, by spirit, by feelings of connection to other people and their connection to me. And that's so it's really I write about experiences and I write about emotional experiences. That's really pretty much it.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. And what would you say, or like, if you could compare your sound to any other kind of sound out there, like, what would you kind of classify that as?
Um, well, sometimes it's a little bit, like the folk singers of the 70s and 80s and into the 90s, people like Greg Brown and people like that. My roots are rock and roll from when I was in high school. I played lead guitar in a rock and roll band and moved to acoustic music in college. And then when I did that, I sort of kept those rock roots. And I would say I aspire to, in this lifetime or the next, be a little bit more like Dan Fogelberg. That would be my That'd be my guess.
Excellent. And a little curveball here. When you are playing music, how do you know when you have contacted spirit?
I feel it. I feel it comes through exactly the same way energy comes through. I feel it here. And in fact, this guitar that I have is also it's an instrument that absolutely hits me here when I feel like I'm really connecting. But when I'm writing lyrics, I know that I've connected with spirit when I'm saying something that I know that I'm essentially creating. Me, songs are spells. When you write a song, when you write a poem, you're writing about something. There's always an intent in there. There's always you're describing something that either is going to happen or the way you feel about something that's happening. And when you write a spell, you write an intent. When you repeat it, you put a great deal of energy into it, and I feel that energy very strongly.
Excellent. I'm so here for it. And how old were you when you first started playing instruments or music or like
Well,
performing?
I started singing in choir and stuff in elementary school, but I started playing guitar when I was about 13, right around the time the Beatles showed up. Now you can date me, which you can do anyway by looking at my page on which school. That's okay.
Excellent. All right, all right. And what is the name of the first song you have for us?
Well, believe it or not, I was still deciding which one to do. I think I'm going to do a song called Messina because it's really about those days when I switched over to acoustic and I was playing in Iowa, Minnesota, playing in college coffee houses and stuff. So this is called Messina after a little town in Iowa that a good friend of mine was from.
All right, go
You
ahead, take
ready?
it away.
Okay. After all the years come and go, the same old highway calls me to the back of my mind. Lately in the morning, I wake up from a memory, but my open eyes can't get the picture right. The corn that summer, the air is hot and heavy. I believed I had left my past behind. I look behind the glitter, the image of the city. The more you see, there's less than meets the eye. Well, if you were a friend of mine when I was singing love songs in a coffee house just west of Illinois, you wouldn't be surprised to know I still recall. Lately I've been feeling like I need to go back home. 'Cause if you want to leave New York City behind you, this is about as far as you can go. California's still another halfway across the country, but you won't learn a thing there you don't know. I see the same old face as I get dressed each morning. Sometimes I see the man, sometimes the child. Now the man's reflection I don't recognize in the moments that Messina's on my mind. I convince myself each morning I'm only here on business for a little while to get back on my feet. By the time I've had my coffee, I forget what I was thinking, and I'm right back in the game I've tried so many times to leave. Well, if you were a friend of mine when I was singing love songs in a coffee house just west of Illinois, you wouldn't be surprised to know I still recall Messina. Lately I've been feeling like I need to go back home. 'Cause if you want to leave New York City behind you, this is about as far as you can go. California's still another halfway across the country, but you won't learn a thing there you don't know. Won't learn a thing there you don't know. Won't learn a thing there you don't know. There you have it. Are you still there, Phoenix?
Of course I am. Of course I am.
I didn't know if we were going to chat after every song, but yeah. So.
Word. So we can, if you want to. I could put it on a little bit. Want to give a little shout out to Brenda, who's an attendee, and Celtic Fire, who's an attendee, and Dawn, who's an attendee. Thank y'all for being here and showing up. What else you got for us, sir?
All right. So, you know, most of you, I don't know how many of you know that, actually, if you've been reading the news, you may have noticed that there was a teenager, I think in Texas, who managed to inadvertently, by mistake, get a new apartment in a senior assisted living center. So she actually moved into a retirement home. She's like 16, 17. So she moved into a retirement home by mistake. And I actually accidentally moved into a retirement home. And I don't know how many of you know I accidentally moved to Florida back in November. So on the one hand, I was thinking, well, that's kind of silly. But I said, well, wait, that's what I did. So I left the Pacific Northwest in September. Landed here in November and decided to stick. I'm near the Jacksonville area. And the reason I'm bringing that up is, remember I said before, songs are spells. And in this particular situation, I had written a song last summer that goes like this. I woke up Monday morning, not a thing to get up for. I said, OMG, did that J.O.B. as I walked on out the door. Packed the truck with all I need and I cold rolled out of town. Waited for a sign to stay, but I never heard a sound. I'm trading in my perfect picture window, the one with the panoramic view, to go and claim the treasure that's more valuable than gold. The things I know will feed my heart and soul. Well, you know, it's not the first trip that I've taken down this road, but that story's getting really, really old. So it's time to leave the heartbreak in the past where it belongs. Let go of the fear that everything will turn out wrong. It's time I start believing that it all will go my way. So I'm throwing back the curtain on my shiny brand new day. I'm trading in my perfect picture window, the one with the panoramic view, to go and claim the treasure that's more valuable than gold. The things I know will feed my heart and soul. The things I know will feed my heart and soul. So I wrote a song like that, and it's no surprise I ended up living somewhere else. I actually thought I was writing that song about somebody else. Mary Chapin Carpenter once said, all of my songs are autobiographical, but none of them are about me. And that's kind of how I think of it too. But this is the punchline on that journey from perfect picture window to today. This is the last song I wrote. I wrote it back in November. Ringing in my ears, thunder in my soul. Love caught me unprepared, feeling my defenses, the things that keep me whole, crumble into dust beyond repair. It's been too long, I've gone too far, been too much alone. Long to turn my wheels back toward the last place I called home. When you say it's time for moving on, Spirit takes you at your word. Sets the stage for your hardest thing to learn. Now you may know the truth, I'm slow to learn. See, I think too much, I worry all the time. I hear love when it calls me, and I mean to see it through. Then I start listening to my mind. So I'm hanging up the keys, turning on the lights. My phone no longer rings, but that's all right. 'Cause I made my destination. I made real good time. I made my bed, now here I lie. It's been too long, I've come too far, been too much alone. Long to turn my wheels back toward the last place I called home. When you say it's time for moving on, Spirit takes you at your word. Sets the stage for your hardest thing to learn. When you say it's time for moving on, Spirit takes you at your word. Sets the stage for your hardest thing to learn. So there you go. So I got to play the tuning song for a minute, Phoenix. Do you have anything you want to talk about?
Yeah, actually. So I would like to go ahead and thank some of our Spanish presenters who have already completed their first day of Lustration program.
Yay.
So Laura Alejandra, Reverend Pluma Argenti, Esperanza Calvo, Reverend Pajtiani, and Reverend Luke's Furrow Morningstar all did their workshops and presentations for the Spanish-speaking track of Lustration. And I just want to thank y'all for serving our tradition in this way, putting on your workshops. I did not watch any of them yet. However, I will be. And so I wanted to take this time to thank y'all for supporting the tradition and supporting the the Spanish-speaking track and enriching our programming in this way. So kudos to y'all.
That is awesome. Thank you so much, everybody. That's great. So some of this music is actually on digital distribution on iTunes and CD Baby and Bandcamp and all of those places. The first one I did, Messina, is definitely out there. The other two, I've got a project I'm going to be starting this summer to do another album, and I've got 2 out on digital distribution. And the next 2 or 3 songs, 2 of the next songs I'm going to do are out there. So, and this one is this one's called Stories. And I think probably everybody who would be listening to this concert is going to get it. You say you have a story that's so very hard to hear. Well, no one has a tale to tell without its share of tears. The path your steps have broken through this fragile land of time will never lead to what you hope to find. All I'm gonna do is let you speak your mind. Listen while this tale of yours unwinds. All I'm gonna say is you will find your way. In time you'll find the love beyond your tears. And while you do, you'll find I'll be right here. I'll tell you how I see it. Ways you might get through, though the road that I have traveled won't work for you. Right now you don't believe me, but someday this will all be past. 'Cause only love was ever meant to last. All I'm gonna do is let you speak your mind and listen while this tale of yours unwinds. All I'm gonna say is you will find your way. In time you'll find the love beyond your tears. And while you do, you'll find I'll be right here. You need another story, 'cause your old one isn't true. Giving it is you. So that one, yes, that one. I like that song. I enjoy playing that song. Most of you, I don't know. I know we're all connected on Facebook, so you'll know what I'm talking about. It was back around 2017. My Facebook feed was really a pretty craptacular collection of statements and opinions, and it was getting a little intense. And I wrote this song. Basically, I backed away from it for a while, and it was pretty odd. But when I came back and I started thinking, so what do I really want to say? This is kind of what came out. Back when we were in this thing together, our differences were handled with some grace. Anger and despair used to vanish in the air with a few well-chosen words, a kind embrace. But now your mind is sure you think you've heard it all before. No need to listen once you've chosen sides. but it only sounds the same because the truth will never change. When you close your ears and eyes slowly die, you can take the things I have and all I've worked for. You can seize what I have built, tear it apart, but you won't change who I am or the things for which I stand, and you're never gonna close my open heart. Now more than ever, we need to keep staying true. The walls we build will just trap us inside. Now more than ever, we must see this story through. Refuse to close our living, learning minds, till everyone who dreams has a chance to see it through. Till everyone who hurts can ease their pain. Till everyone who loves knows the joy that only comes from having love returned in their own way. You can take the things I have and all I've worked for. You can seize what I have built, tear it apart, but you won't change who I am or the things for which I stand, and you're never gonna close my open heart. No, you're never gonna close my open heart. I hope you all enjoyed that. I hope you're enjoying this. It's so weird to be playing staring at myself, but that's okay. I can live with it if you can. So, thank you for listening. Thank you for being tuned into this. I hope you're enjoying it. I would be happy at any point. You know how to get a hold of me on Facebook or whatever. I think most of us are Facebook friends, and if you have any questions or want to know anything about, anything that I'm singing or saying or whatever, by all means, just give me a shout. And this one, back after college, when I was working, I spent too many decades in corporate America, and I was playing the guitar in the basement for all that time. And I started deciding I wanted to do open mics as I was starting to write songs and wanted to get some reactions to them. And I sort of wrote this next song. It's called One More Tomorrow. It's kind of almost as an anthem for myself. And this is an example, Phoenix, of what you were asking about how do I know when I'm connecting with Spirit, and it's when Spirit sends me words like this that I need to hear. Sorry, I can't do that to you or myself. The tuning song. Okay, here we go. Winter wind getting in, though my door's shut tight. Memories last to leave before I sleep through the night. Promises never kept. Set my feet on the road, on the move, staying true to something I heard long ago. Give it one more tomorrow. Don't let go of your dreams. Don't let the silence that follows your questions keep you from trying again. In between where I've been and what I hope to find, I followed streams of other dreams, and they've taken too much of my life. But now it's time for me to drive and find my way back home. I wandered lost, I learned the cost, now I'm taking back my soul. Give it one more tomorrow. Don't let go of your dreams. Don't let the silence that follows your questions keep you from trying again. Give it one more tomorrow. Don't let go of your dreams. Don't let the silence that follows your questions keep you from trying again. All right, let me check my time here. See how I'm doing. All right, looks like I got time for a couple of more. So just so you know that it's not all Love Gone Wrong songs that I do when I'm talking about that. This is one I wrote as things were on the upswing. I need a little conversation just between us two. I can't be the only one who's seen a change in you. Just a little distance. Your smile is still so wide, but this act you're putting on can't hide the sadness in your eyes. And it's time now for the words that I've been thinking. This could be your happiest of times. I know things change, but I'm here to tell you that like a newborn seedling rising toward the sky, somebody's gonna love you again. Somebody's gonna see the truth through everyone you've been. Somebody's gonna hold you, and then the walls inside you crumble, and you will love somebody again. You say you're doing better, but I know you far too well. You think someone must be blamed, and so you take it on yourself. Though right now the nights feel empty and the days go by so fast, you'll embrace what lies ahead by releasing what is past. Yeah, there is no denying you've closed a chapter in your life. It was a good and worthy ride with lots of hard-earned miles, and it's time now for the words that I've been thinking. This could be your happiest of times. I know things change, but I'm here to tell you that like a newborn seedling rising toward the sky, somebody's gonna love you again. Somebody's gonna see the truth through everyone you've been. Somebody's gonna hold you, and then the walls inside you crumble, and you will love somebody again. The walls inside you crumble, and you will love somebody again. All right. Well, thank you for listening to that. And I just want to check in with my MC here. Do I have time for two more?
You got time for whatever you want, sir.
Okay.
But I do want to give a quick shout out
to
Reverend Kai, who is here in the audience, who also did a phenomenal workshop on the matron goddess, specifically within the context of Hera. Smashed it. Good job. Love it. And yeah, continue. Go ahead. Do your thing.
All right. Thank you, Mike. Sorry for the tuning song again, folks. Especially those of you who are in the Order of the Musai, who are cringing as I do this. All right. This is another one that is a new one. It's not a love gone wrong song. And it is, the song I want to end with is, well, we'll talk about that when I get there. But this one's called Angels. I think all of us have angels on our shoulders. They see farther than we can with these poor eyes. The deepest part of who we are knows better than the thoughts that we allow to seize our minds. I awakened from the dark to find you waiting. When I'm near you, I'm brought back to the light. Whatever comes to be, I ask you to believe in the things that I will say to you tonight. I had come to believe that we were over, Time was no longer on my side. So I stopped trying to drive. I thought I'll just enjoy the ride. And I asked the angels not to take too long. They answered me, but not as I expected. They said, you're not the only one to feel the pain. There's another near you searching for a reason to believe. So I changed my mind and told them I would stay. I awakened from the dark to find you waiting. When I'm near you, I'm brought back to the light. Whatever comes to be, I ask you to believe in the things that I will say to you tonight. They say loving someone deeply brings you courage, and strength will come from being truly loved. I haven't reached that point of declaration, but I'm braver, and I might be feeling strong. I awakened from the dark to find you waiting. When I'm near you, I'm brought back to the light. Whatever comes to be, I ask you to believe in the things that I have said to you tonight. Whatever comes to be, I ask you to believe in the things that I have said to you tonight. All right, I want to do one more for you. This is another song that comes out of the last few years and all that we have experienced, and I think you'll get it. But it's called "Harm Toward None." We never think of seeing until the world goes strangely dark. Never think of breath until the breathing comes too hard. We don't consider taste or smell till we sicken in the plume. Never think about escaping till we have to face our doom. We never think of searching until we lose our way. Worry about the wrong until the right just fades away. We never think of healing until the pain becomes so strong. Never think of restitution till everything we have is gone. For the good of all who wonder, for the good of all who try, for the good of all who might have loved but were cruelly left behind, for the good of all who trusted and were played like any fool, for believing they could win if they just played by all the rules. With harm toward none, we can rise above this moment. With harm toward none, we will not be turned away. With harm toward none, we will work for love and wisdom, and refuse to stand for any other way. With only peace and love to guide us, we can share what's here inside us. Harm toward none means no one left behind. I will no longer curse their blindness. I will offer them my hand. I will listen through their anger until their hearts regain command. I will lead them to this healing well and release their inner light, so they see that there is nothing here to fight. For the good of all who wonder, for the good of all who try, for the good of all who might have loved but were cruelly left behind, for the good of all who trusted and were played like any fool, for believing they could win if they just played by all the rules. With harm toward none, we can rise above this moment. With harm toward none, we must not be turned away. With harm toward none, we will work for love and wisdom, and refuse to have it any other way. With only peace and love to guide us, we will share what's here inside us. Harm toward none means no one left behind. Thank you, everybody. Blessed be. Thank you for being here for this. I am honored to have been able to do this for you tonight. So I hope you enjoyed it. And it is absolutely beyond wonderful for me to be able to have opened for Cloud, the Pagan rapper. I'm really excited about that. Can't wait to hear him. All right, Phoenix, Alyssa, you got anything for me?
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Thank you so much for that set, Reverend John. It was dope.
You are quite welcome. My pleasure. And I turn it over to you and to Cloud, the Pagan rapper.
Excellent.
All right, you guys have a great night. It's a wonderful illustration. We're going to have a blast the next couple of days. It's going to be wonderful. So look forward to seeing you.
Absolutely. All right. So up next, we do have Cloud the rapper. But before we move on to that, I do want to give a shout out to Reverend Jen, to Reverend Ed, and to Reverend Don and Reverend Stephanie, who also popped in to give us a listen. And I do also want to give the mic over to Reverend Mike Neal, who's going to be talking to us a little bit about the silent auction that's going on this weekend. So Reverend Mike Neal, whenever you are ready, sir.
I want to thank everyone. So far, the auction just kicked off today at 5 o'clock, and we're already close to $180. We have a really hot item, Living the Wiccan Life, that shot up immediately to over $100. It's a book that goes back to the roots, I'd say, of the tradition. Not the roots, but, well, created by the roots, I'll say. But it's a book that was published by Llewellyn about 5-6 years ago. No, it's longer than that, 2008. It is currently out of print. You cannot get it. I know there are plans for the tradition to get it published once again. But anyway, in the meantime, it is truly a collectible. As a matter of fact, a shout out to all of our authors and our bidders. Every one of the books that the Carillion authors have donated have already been bid and bid very well. So we thank you. Phoenix has one. He has one of those living the Wiccan life. Yes, and it looks like that's almost brand new. I think you can donate that for the next auction. Okay, thank you, Phoenix.
Look at folks. This is the OG right here, living the Wiccan life. However, Lord Mike is mistaken. This will never be up for auction. So, womp womp.
Well, that's it. I mean, we have to really thank our donors who, I think in some cases it could be a donor who had a couple copies and they decided that they wanted to help the tradition out by donating a truly highly sought after collectible, hard to find item. And so therefore, we thank that donor who liked to remain anonymous. Secondly, we have a lot of jewelry out there. So don't just think of for yourself. Think of gifts that you might like to give someone. On the most part, 99% of it is new, never used in its original boxes. So go for it. And we've already had a couple hits on that. We have almost 50 items listed. If there was more days that I could have devoted, I have a few more items that could have gone up. I will be adding one item, and this is something to keep your eyes out for, a Gothic cosplay dress. So look to that coming. I'm going to start that on Monday. So it will end with all the other auctions on the 10th. So keep that in mind. It's really been a pleasure putting this together. And I hope that you can go to see, you just have to go to eBay. There's links all over the place. But if you're waiting in line someplace to, I don't know, get a vaccine, I encourage you, if you haven't gotten a vaccine, get a vaccine. But if you're waiting there, you can get on your device and just go to eBay. In the search bar, put in CNT auctions, and that will take you right to all the listings that we have. They'll just group them all together. We thank eBay for that. And as I mentioned, there's a video out there that you can see most of the items. We had a real disappointment last year. Not the first 12 days. The first 12 days were amazing. Absolutely amazing. But then all of a sudden, a problem hit, and eventually eBay could never tell me what happened, but I figured it out. My desire to save the bidders money because we ran that over 20 days. So the first set of auctions ended. People won. Some of them paid. Most people paid for them already. And I was holding on to them because they were bidding on things ending in a few days later. Well, eBay assumed I was a scammer, and they took the auctions down. And in spite of all the hours I spent on the phone trying to recoup that and get it started, no one could tell me why it was happening. And so after 3 times, I kind of figured it out. I told everyone, I'm mailing what you already won. I can't combine the auctions. We have to get this thing done with. And unfortunately, it was about 20 days later that the auctions finally ended. But there is not going to be a problem with this one. I have assurances from eBay that everything is in good order. I have a decent reputation with feedback, so we won't have any problem. So please don't be, people were frustrated as was I. And, you know, the second half of the auction really was kind of a disappointment. It was a disappointment to my donors because some items were so high, $100 plus for some items that ended up going for $20. The second time they were, actually the fourth time that they were entered or set up. So anyway, please go to CNT, follow the links. It's throughout Facebook. We're going to really keep the reminders going. It's our twice a year opportunity to raise money for the tradition. And I thank you, all you bidders out there and all you donors as well. Thank you so much.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Thank you for reminding us about that auction, Lord Mike. Go ahead out there, cntauctions.com is a website that you can check out. Go ahead and take a look at what we got, support the tradition, get your hands on some stuff that might be really hard for you to get a hold of later on down the line. You know what I'm saying? So definitely go ahead and check that out. Let's see. Yeah, so moving right along. Up next, we got Cloud the Rapper. Cloud, you here with us?
I am. Hello.
Hey, what's going on? How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm blessed to be a part of this. I really do feel that because I've just recently joined the tradition not too long ago. It's been a matter of months, really. And everybody's been super awesome, super supportive. I'm about halfway through my first degree, so things are moving along.
All right, love it, love it, love it. So, you are a rapper, yes?
Yeah. Yes, I am.
All right, so tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm from New Jersey, and I live in the Philadelphia area, but on the Jersey side of things. And yeah, I've been pagan about 20 plus years, and I recently came across with school and all of that, started doing that, but musically I've been playing my entire life for the most part. But I started out playing a lot of metal and like a lot of hardcore metal. But I've always had this love for hip hop. And I started out working on this project that I was calling the Wiccan Music Experiment. So this experiment was of writing pagan music throughout different genres of music. Because a lot of the pagan music that we have out there is, it's folk or it's chanting, a lot of drumming, or it's like metal. So it's like I decided that I wanted to, try and write a blues song or write a punk rock song and so I had to do a rap song. And when I wrote the rap song, I just fell in love with the process of writing that. And, everybody in my camp here in New Jersey was like, dude, you got to do more of those. That was awesome. So I decided I'd write one with a point to it. And it was like something opened up and I just started writing a lot of poetry. And then I started putting that poetry to a lot of beats. And here we are a year later, since I've released my first album. And I got to say, I've met a lot of people. It's been an insane ride this year. I've met a lot of people. I've made a lot of friends. And, I found the home with this tradition. I mean, so it's wonderful.
Word, excellent. So talk to me a little bit about who some of your favorite hip hop and rap influences are, and who some of your favorite like pagan spiritual influences are.
All right. So hip hop wise, I mean, I grew up listening to a lot of the 90s West Coast gangster rap, your Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg's, your Warren G's, Dog Pound. And then I also got into a lot more rap that was making a lot of like social points and stuff. Like I listened to a lot of Common, Notorious B.I.G. I mean, the list goes on and on. There are so many great storytellers and rappers out there. And I just, I fell in love with the genre. And one of the reasons why I decided to put a pagan flair on hip hop, after I did it for the original project, and I said, this is something that I really want to do, is one, there's not a whole lot of people out there rapping about paganism and witchcraft. And I decided, why not me to do that? Because I love hip hop. And it's become a huge part of my life. The process of writing it's not only, having your voice be heard, it's becoming therapeutic as well, the process. And I'm growing a lot as a person since I've started writing this music. So it's definitely something I'm going for. Now, influence-wise for paganism, that is a tough one. My path has been quite crooked over the years. I started out reading a lot of Scott Cunningham, Silver Raven Wolf, Raven Kamasi. Now I'm into reading Matt Oren. I'm also reading some Devin Hunter right now. And I really like what those guys are doing. And I really, really, really enjoy the witch school classes and how they're set up and how that works. That's something that, if you guys that are out there listening are not already involved in the witch school side of things, definitely do so, because there's a lot of information there. And, like going through the first degree lessons, it really just lined up with what I was taught in my traditional coven to begin with. And a lot of things lined up, and I was like, yeah, this is where I got to be. So shout out to Melinda Whiteley for being the one to talk me into joining the tradition with you all. And yes, it's absolutely wonderful. It really is.
Excellent. Yeah. So thank you for sharing that part of yourselves with us. And if you wouldn't mind, go ahead and show us what you prepared for us this evening.
Okay. I have a set prepared for you this evening. And it's going to be some stuff coming up on my new album, Modern Bard, which will be coming out in August. And of course, some of the stuff from Misconceptions. And I also have a couple other things from the Wicked Music Experiment sprinkled in there. So let me get this together here. I know, my lever's showing. I know.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we back, y'all. What's up? Ladies and gentlemen, we proudly present to you your friendly neighborhood pagan rapper, Cloud! Here we are, yo, back for round two. Cloud here, what you doing? What's good with you? People everywhere heard about the misconception. Take a look around, there's so much more to mention. You know I'm living that magical life. Take the truth, be a little more concise. Thinking my mind, I'm trying to start the fight. Let's bring me some drama. Yo, I'll put out your lights. Second half, I don't talk about guys, goddesses, dragons, crystals, and wands. Walking with the time, plus to work my day job. Little lyrical bombs. Lauren Barr with 20 charisma. Yeah, you missed one. I'm about to set sail. Yeah. Are you ready for this one? Yes. Play back in your ears, y'all. Are you ready for this one? Come on, y'all. Put your everywhere, yo. Put your thicker caps on. So what you know about hip-hop sound? Magically charged lyrics, cast spells on the crowd. Everybody now with your hands up and down. Put your hands to the beat, yo. There it goes, Cloud. On the spot, yo, wanna see some booty shake. From the perfect girls to the followers of Satan. Everyone will have no fear. Stand there looking cool, clear with your fears. So let me keep a feel. I'ma take you for a ride. Pagan life. Before we jump back, have a little fun. Get your hands in the air and start shaking your butts. Stop, oh wow, there's no entertainment. Like 2 pounds of bacon. Reach on your shirt. Coming in late, you probably get your feelings hurt. Slave, you like a dragon. Make a closer, extended dragon. Stay sagging. Advantage. Yeah. Are you ready for this one? Yeah. Clouds back in your ear, y'all. Let's go, y'all. Yeah. We're out there shaking that. That's right, y'all. I want to see y'all moving. Take your caps on. Well, they can't stop you doing the slap thing. Take you to the places we don't see. Sit back and relax, doing the ride. Meditate, open up your eyes. Down to the truth, keep moving your feet. We're all getting together, we're gonna be great. Let's celebrate for all that we see. And bounce to the beat, yeah. Bounce. Bounce. up? Yeah. It's another song up on YouTube. Sometimes witches just gotta do witch things, man. For real. East, south, and west, and north, the power of the elements to call you all the rare and fire. East, south, and west, and north, power of the elements to call you water, air, and fire. 3, 4, 5 is fire. Just to make sure do witch things. Don't play the place with me. I focus up the spell, cast the dirt that I bring. Spiritual elements for the wicked energy. It's amazing how everything connects. Yo, I'm out with the sun, like a water jet. Top solution, motion, power, swirling around. It's my spirit that I cast for myself. Let me tell you, there's no better feeling. When you break the from the ground to the ceiling. You know, you go, level up. Get it right, you walk, release up and touch the sky. Let work with my mind. Work with the divine. So let the sound release. East, south, and west, and north. The power of the elements call you forth. Yeah. Water, air, and fire. Come out, 3, 4, 5. East, south, and west, and north. The power of the elements call you forth. Earth, water, air, and fire. Come out, 3, 4, 5 desire. To the God, everything that God. When the shit is down, I always try to hold it down. And that's really around. Watch on my ears, because I don't know now. Now I gotta go hard and check with myself. You know that's right. Yeah. You're a witch, right? Time to go through witch things. Yeah. Make sure you follow through with your spell. I mean, you can cast a spell to get a job. You ain't gonna get one. You don't fill out an application. East, south, and west, and north. The power of the elements call you forth through the same water, air, and fire. Jump down, 4, 5 is high. East, south, and west, and north. The power of the elements call you forth. Earth, water, air, and fire. Come down, 3, 4, 5 is higher. East, south, and west, and north. The power of the elements call you forth. Earth, water, air, and fire. Come down, 3, 4, 5 is higher. East, south, and west, and north. The power of the elements call you forth. Water, air, and fire. Come down, 3, 4, 5 is higher. Man, anybody else get tired after casting the spell? I know I did. All right, y'all. Looks like my remote doesn't want to work. We'll just do it the hard way. That's all right. Yeah. And you know we have a certain eye. So this is a song about the day before service. Yo, I'm feeling really good today. Yo, it's time to take a trip just to get away. Yo, since I woke up, I'm feeling this vibe, and it's time to get ready for the circle night. Straight ahead, the big left. Yo, I'm going to my spot to relieve a little stress when I get out to my place where I like to meditate. Out here in the Father's embrace. Sit down, close my eyes, put my hands on the ground, and I clear my mind. If I take a little bit, but I'll get through time. Just pushing off the pressure of the daily grind. Really sure just what you'll find out here in nature if you spend enough time, right? Letting organize and let stress that to my spirit takes over and I connect. Here it is, next night. Get together with my cousin, alright. We have a circle on the Sabbath night, so let me make sure that I get my mind right. Here it is, nice tonight. Get together with my cousin, alright. We have circles on the Sabbath night, so let me make sure that I get my mind right. Control your breathing, yo, that's the way. Listen to the wisdom, you'll be whisked away. Go listen, get your mind to a place to where the day to day it just slips away. And from the hunt for spiritual peace, say goodbye to the gods, but I don't want to leave. But I gotta get back to where it's civilized. Gotta be things I gotta grab for the night. Move into the liquor store, grab a bottle of wine, and then I grab a couple of beer. Check the clock, yo, I still got time. Let me shoot through, go see my girl Kai. 2009, yo, we get a little high, yeah, we kill some time. Sit around and chill, till the books get the fire. While we wait for the night, here it is, nice tonight. Get together with my cousin, alright. We have a circle on the Sabbath, so let me make sure that I get my right. Here it is, nice tonight. Get together with my cousin, alright. We have a circle on the Sabbath night, so let me make sure that I get my mind right. And here we are, yo, it's time to fuck. We're getting the same game before we go. Talk to the relevant candle, like where we're chanting, this is our sacred right. We all get together, yo, let's dig and we set up to do some cleansing. Think we need a vibe, yo, we're having some light. Here we all move up, make the circle cast, yeah. Now, I ain't gonna tell y'all what we do with circle now. That's our thing. You know that's right. Ha! All right. How you guys feeling out there? My Corellian brothers and sisters, hello! So, the next couple I got for you guys. This next one is a devotional to the goddess. And I want everybody to really take this one in with me, okay? It means a lot to me when I wrote it. Going back to when Rev Phoenix and John were speaking, talking about when you know you feel the spirit, and you know you connect to spirit. This was one of those situations for me. And then after that, we're going to do one that I'm pretty sure everybody out there knows. Everybody that knows my music, at least. So let's go. Yes. Whenever you're beating once a month, and better it be than when this fall. Dare you shall ascend once a secret place, and adore the spirit of she, who is queen of all riches. Do you really know the mystery of she who gives life unto all things? Just know that you can't be found unless you go and rise up and take a look around. Do you really know the mystery of she who gives life unto all things? Just know that you can't be found unless you go and rise up and take a look around. Time starts to provide. Me, I'm gonna give you with the dark time. The world's gone still in mind. Now I'm doing your things, showing face to the right. Look at your right point, there's something I ain't doing before we deterred. Even if the world pushes back down, even when I'm sacked down, I'm the humble back down. Take the forward, there you go. She's on my feet, there you go. See you go. Take a look around. Where I'm to be found. Stay with me in the dark of the night, with my arms raised high, and I'm moving the light. Out to my sister and brothers, come on down to do you want to know the mystery of she who gives life unto all things? Just know that you can't be found unless you open your eyes up and take a look around. Do you really know the mystery of she who gives life unto all things? Just know that you can't be found unless you open your eyes up and take a look around. All that's no much about the rituals. Take the time to watch the sunset. You don't really girl, but you take a good step. It's been all over the place. In the sense, through the width of space. We gotta be better to learn how to history of jobs taken care of. Do you really know the mystery of she who gives life unto all things? Just know that you can't be found unless you open your eyes up and take a look around. Do you really know the mystery of she who gives life unto all things? Just know that you can't be found unless you open your eyes up and take a look around. When I feel necessary, little temperature, yeah, for me. You see the things I don't see. Eyes into my you'll just breathe. Oh, Lady Moon, stars and streets. Open the door to see things unseen. Let me be free to see both sides, so that I may demonstrate that I hold me. To be free from anger and grief, as I will, so may it be. Do you really want to know? Yeah. Do you really want to know? Do you really want to know? If you really want to know, just take a look around. She is everywhere. See you within yourself. She's doing everything. She has been with us from the beginning. She is with us continuing at the end of time. Take a look around. All right, y'all. Yeah. Where my witches at? Yeah. You might want to think about it. What's your attack? Are you messing with things that you don't understand? Roll free, make them kick your ass. Another player got to tell without a clear plan. Just think about it. What's your attack? Are you messing with things that you don't understand? Roll free, make them kick your ass. Another player got to tell without. I can rap about selling drugs and killing people. Man, don't sell drugs. I can rap about whatever I wish. No mission is to help me guide me up. That's right. I'm not some see a short fat guy with a voice of a brain. Some kind of this Pagan rap people, I ain't got no shame. That's right. Fuck good numbers, bury that half shit. Top of the day is the music passion. Wanna mess up, let me try to talk to let me make you feel what you do. Turn yourself down like the back of you. Throw yourself out the door, you channel, watch yourself backfire when you make a snap. That's all. Go inside, give it for free. And it's really up to you if you want to go deep. What you're turning out, coming back. Oh, same thing as comedy. You know, people don't listen, and then the repetition of comedy like the internet. But if you hear pretension, it's every crowd, I guess you're gonna have to break it down. What's your attack? Are you messing with force that you don't understand? Roll free, don't kick your ass and then play the cat stuff without a clear plan. Just think about it. What's your attack? Are you messing with force that you don't understand? Roll free, don't kick your ass and then play the cat stuff without a clear plan. That's just make energy. And energy is everywhere. What's that mean? Think about it for a second. Well, you're gonna have to say anything to put out there to shift up his past. Oh, break the spell, won't selfish shit. And you're very well good because the world is here. Not you, not someone else. So you better plan how to take a temporary spell. One more thing about the truth. Double chips that it makes it be unseen. Every so will be will be just one little after in the beat. So think you will succeed. Every track that's back in the free. Remember what I said, yo. Think you need because it's up to you. It's a little better. What's your intent? That's what things they understand. Really free cut to get your ass and up there against the death without a good thing. What's your intent? Are you messing with this thing you understand? Really free cut to get your ass and up there against the death without a good thing. Thank you guys so much for listening. Everybody out there blowing up the chat. I see y'all. Oh shit. Yes. Yeah. Let him know, clown. This is the title track off my album Misconception. I hope you enjoy it. Yeah. So many misconceptions. Seriously. Let them know, clown. Yeah, you know, yeah. Like you acknowledge it, you as you can. And you know I'm on fire. With the feeling is full. There's no use denying. Real quick, where my witches at? Get your apples out, I'm getting distracted. I'm feeling you get some and move, stop, don't stop, no beat. Yo, let me know spirit up. Take a rap. Wow, when I change up my style. I rolled up in the cake and fried with fresh new all cat cock to the side. Sipping good panicles on feet. I mean, Baraka beige, slip the cuts in the crease. You know what's out. It's the most away from high place where the love from the street. And I'm a be just with my feet. Like quick, wide range of police. Speaking over all your secrets and see like big darks and cake. Shadows never like these chains. The people so loud, they're thinking we all about Satan. Some of us are, but most of us aren't. When it comes to whipping, that's where most people start. Misconceptions of my craft make me want to clap back, so I drop a new track. You, my lyrics are incendiary. Let me check my itinerary. Quick question about the start, about the eyes, light in the dark. So grab yourself some stationery. Let me go when everybody y'all feel it now. Stimulate down to the gotta all the years plan is right out with chop follow with your beat. Let them know, clown. Let them know, clown. So have self-responsibility, self-discipline. You say you're going to hell. Yo, I think it's fun to take a look at yourself. Push it on through the eternal damnation. It's just a combination of hatred. Can't have the light without the dark, and we can't have just the dark without a spark. See, balance again. It wouldn't be fair without what we see. Let's think about the hopes and take use the battle every time we set. So the fall, bring it home tonight. Yeah, I wouldn't like. Next day, someone come back with more steps. It kicks set back. This story has to be it's one that explains my position. Good people explain it to that's what was one bit. On the ship to bit. Shit, I offend you, make me cry a little bit. Let's just try to think for yourself. Ain't nobody watching like the love of a show. Like I said, there's a balance. You want to keep going on straight, right? Let them know, cloud. Yes, sir. Let them know, cloud. Everybody out there. Thank you guys so much. So where am I at on time? Let's see. All right, looks like I got time for a few more. Do we have any announcements or anything we'd like to do before I get back into my set?
All right, so I have no official announcements, but I would like to shout out Sir Ebony Nash, who's in here. Shout out to you. Like to also give a shout out to Cindy, Devin Starr. Give a shout out to Deb. Thank you for coming on in and enjoying this programming with us. And a shout out to Reverend Judy, who also had a phenomenal workshop today. Shout out to you. So thank you for doing that and enriching our programming.
So I got my own little shout out for Sir Ebony Nash. Because I got home today to a nice little envelope in my mailbox. And in this mailbox was this.
You got you a little Atch, look at that.
The new guy, represent. So, you know, as soon as I get my rose, let's go and run on the stove. But thank you, Ebony, for sending me that. It was so awesome of you. And I'm really glad to be a part of the order. And I do take my role in the order seriously. So thank you for that.
Yo, that is so dope. Congratulations.
Yes. I wanted to make sure she gets her proper love for that. She's doing good work.
Thank you for showing us. You got some stole swag going on right there. I'm so here for it.
Yes, absolutely. All right, so here's where we're going to get a little bit more of the shadow side of things to say. Okay, and this is the first song that I wrote with an actual point to it, and this song. It is based off of an actual story that I witnessed happen to somebody. I mean, you know, not to an absolute T, but close to it. And it meant a lot to me when it happened. So this song's called Try to Understand You. This is a damn shame. In every religion, every walk of life, there's tenets. Say, live thy neighbor, do unto others, and harm none, do what you will. Say it. We all say it. But I just don't get it, man. I just don't understand why people just can't let people be people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yes.
Never lost the left to fade, cause you wanna laugh and discriminate. If you love it, it's a hate, so much pain a person can take.
Yeah.
Never lost the left to fade, cause you wanna laugh and discriminate.
Just try to understand.
It's a hate, so much pain a person can take.
There's a girl 16 years old, she got jet black hair and a summer dress on. She got a cross hung around her neck because parents don't know that she's practicing witchcraft. She got a good art student in school. She keeps to herself and she follows the rules. Cunningham book hidden up in her backpack. She takes everything she reads as fast. Yeah, just wants to be who she wants to be. Working on a relationship with divinity. Yo, she lives her life full of love and light. It's a damn shame she was in such a fight. Listen, one day she was out of school. Some bitch ass bully felt the need in the room. He met her there in the bathroom floor. And then he grabbed her backpack, dumped it out on the floor. Singing song was that with the book, yo, he held it up for everyone to take a look. The classroom filled up with a gas. She grabbed all of her stuff and ran out of the class. She couldn't fathom she was out of so random. Teacher was concerned, calling parents from the staff room. Just think only a sample. Cause what would happen next if teacher makes her a handful?
Never lost the left to fade, wanna laugh and discriminate. If you love it, it's a hate, so much pain a person can take. Never lost the left to fade, cause you wanna laugh and discriminate.
Try to understand.
It's a hate,
Yeah.
so much pain a person can take.
On the way home, she was terrified, but she had no more tears left to cry. It running down her face, red puppy eyes, but she's telling herself that everything we find. Got in the door where her parents read the books of that down, started to explain. 35 went into a bit of freedom. Mom prayed that Jesus as just a phase. Yeah, that a hero what it's all about. Yeah, we pulling through, moving through all the books out. Grabbing her for weeks until she repent.
for sins that she hasn't even committed yet. That tale isn't even done. Next day at school with what was to come, with all the rumors in her eyes, navigating ostracized. Stands and listen up for her to wanna die. No love left your face. Wanna laugh and discriminate. Yeah. Victim of it, bitch and hate. There's only so much pain your person can take. No love left your face. Wanna laugh and discriminate. Victim of it, bitch and hate. There's only so much pain your person can take. Here we are now, right back at square one. She got something trying to build a life that she wants. All the friends are treating her like she's dead, so she's wearing a caption to have her friends swinging in the hand. She's left with one thing that's made her feel whole, made her feel good in her soul. Conforming to the people think she should be. Now she's putting on a mask for everybody to see. Nobody ever really tried to step back, taking a look at her, giving some facts, so she was fine, right where she at. Depression and frustration have her on a dangerous path, and nobody really knows where she's gonna end up at. Feeling so I should have tried to reach out, try to understand what her beliefs were. You never know now what she'll find, but I know nobody's helping her to live alive. No love left your face, cause you wanna laugh and discriminate. You just gotta try to understand the challenges and hate. There's only so much pain a person can take. No love left your face, cause you wanna laugh and discriminate. Victim of it, bitch and hate. There's only so much pain a person can take. You're a pagan, you probably relate to this. You can't. We're the lucky ones. Peace out. Bless you, baby. This next song is all about your shadow, everybody. Just my shadow, really. It's going to be on my new album, Bottom Card, out in August. Another chance, like another secret, pushing so hard to have the energy. The daily activities of a messed up man's mind, focused on the grind, leaving the important things behind, putting up in front like so many people do. Feelings like I'm just in front, it's just scared and confused. Everything I do leads to another hard lesson learned. I'm in a dark place, yeah, I just wanna watch it burn. I question like where everything is coming from, why I get depressed and why nothing's ever enough. I wanna feel better, but I'm scared to show myself some love. It's kinda hard when you don't know what you're coming from. I question like where everything is coming from, why I get depressed and why nothing's ever enough. I wanna feel better, but I'm scared to show myself some love. It's kinda hard when you don't know what you're running from. I know it's true that my whole team's behind me, but I can't shake the feeling that everybody's laughing at me. Nobody cares, bro, when the pressure keeps telling me, builds up inside till I write something to release. It's like an emo scream, emotions pouring out of me like a nice foot in a sausage bleed. But I still remain a humble servant to my Lord and Lady. Please show me the path of balance between this life and pain, please. Oh, there I go. Lying myself again. I ain't reading this yet. Special like shit and sheep so grand. The world don't revolve around me, I'm scared to admit. Time's the shadow work. Let me get my lyrical hand. There's modern bars with so much to say. And every time I get knocked down, I rise up with wisdom's gain. So it ain't all bad. Yes, just another message from the gods, yes, another test. I question life, where everything is coming from, why I get depressed, and why others never enough. I wanna feel better, but I'm scared to show myself some love. It's kinda hard when you don't know what you're running from. I question life, where everything is coming from, why I get depressed, and why others never enough. I wanna feel better, but I'm scared to show myself some love. It's kinda hard when you don't know what you're running from. If it's not right now, it's just not the time. The goddess will show you the path, and then the God will straight looking. Keep your head up. I mean, it's all right there for you. Just gotta follow the signs. I know you're all right. Right tonight. Stay on the path, man. Keep going. As you say, Philly, trust the process. Yes, you shall pass. So they say. I'm all right tonight. Yo, I swear that I'm all right tonight. I'll bring myself back down, man, for a second. So, I don't just write rap music, guys. There we go. So we're gonna take it back to the 90s for a little bit, guys. I think I got a couple more after this. Yes. If y'all haven't heard this one yet, it is on my YouTube channel and it will be released on the Wicked Music Experiment. Yo. Yeah. I'm gonna show you what you done to me. Which girl, think I know you all I see. Come and talk to me. I know you know you. I know you will be here and down and shy out. Must be the one side. Which girl, you can stop it from you know. Girl, you tell me, I just wanna know your name. Man up, boy. Yeah, I'm bring the beat back. Girl, I'm just trying to tell you I'm not running your kid. I'll be feeling that. Oh, no, oh, God, that you want to be. So that you baby. Go down, yeah. Which girl is gonna shine just what you know? Girl, you tell me. I just wanna know your name. Girl, you tell me. Which girl is gonna shine just what you know? Girl, you tell me. I just wanna know your name. Know your name. baby. Oh, man. No, I got 3 more for y'all this evening. Just want to make sure we had a little bit of fun. I didn't want to take it down too hard, the depressive path there. So let me know what you guys think about that song. All right, so this one was actually requested that I do it. So this is my new single. Well, should I say one of my singles that I released for the new album. This is the first one of the 2 that I released. It's called Original Pagan, and I have a video for it where I'm driving around my hometown and with a selfie stick. And it's actually pretty awesome. It was really fun doing it. And you guys can check the video out if you want. But here's the song. Yeah. So, trigger warning, there are some cuss words in the song, but it's not like insane. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. 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 Check the vibe, y'all. Yeah. An individual. Y'all feel my attention. Man, it's out from the session. Playing like a river to the day. Trying to get it like a whole night shade. Battling cages, flatline. I'm talking fire to my face. I'm original pagan. Yeah. Kept my head in the haze, you know, I drank a little too much, it was fucking up my vision. Working too hard, it was fucking up my mission. I learned a lot of hard lessons in life. But I found the power to stand up and fight for myself and my family and all of my friends. And I was never gonna stop till I get my ass. So while you talking shit, turn the noise down, bro. You fucking up my episode down at the crossroads. Chris Paul, tower on the wire, vessel sang a sword, it was a big fire. What else you had? Cause they could get rid of me. There's no shit about what I believe. People want to keep on acting like a Pagan. Yo, I'm the original pagan. Yo, yo, yes, yes, yo. I'm glad the pagan rapper kicking mobs in your ears, y'all. Yo, yo, yes, yes, y'all. If you're feeling me, catch the vibe, y'all. Yo, yo, yes, yes, y'all. Glad the pagan rapper kicking mobs in your ears, y'all. Yo, yo, yes, yes, y'all. If you're feeling me, catch the vibe, y'all. I ain't lying though. Where my witches at? Pagans are people too. Holy shit, what a concept. Like, wow, how you like me now? I'm done with your rest. You've been a through in the town. Yo, I do no harm, but I'll take no shit. I'm getting fucked up, bro. I'll bust you in your fucking lip. I'm just playing. I'll kill you with words. Shoot from my mind to a lyrical verse. Words are a witch's most powerful weapon, and everything you say is a statement of intention. So my words shall flow slow, so that you know what you say is good. Try to keep it in good order, yo. Let me stir this magic cauldron like silver rainbow. Like the secret flame while I'm turning the page. Yo, yo, yes, yes, y'all. While the big rapper kicking vibes in your ears, y'all. Yo, yo, yes, yes, y'all. If you're feeling me, catch the vibe, y'all. Yo, yo, yes, yes, y'all. While the big rapper kicking vibes in your ears, y'all. Yo, yo, yes, yes, y'all. If you're feeling me, catch the vibe, y'all. When I say original pagan, I mean I'm unique. My own witch. How about y'all? Yeah. Catch the vibe, y'all. Y'all feeling me on this? Catch the vibe, y'all. Catch the vibe, y'all. All right, y'all. Catch the vibe, y'all. This next song that I'm doing is a song that means a lot to me. It's talking about the infighting between different traditions of witchcraft, and I do not 100% agree with that because I just never really understood why pagans hate on other pagans. I mean, last I checked, right? We're all in this together. I don't know, right? doesn't make a lot of sense. So, fly around the sun on this giant full sphere. Life's a celebration, so it's spread a little cheer. This share of the world, no fear. Cause we're all just spinning on the wheel of the year. It's happening, big on and all the in between. Don't mind up to everything. Don't worry about the past, just live right here. We're all just spinning on the wheel of the year. Sometimes I stop and think where I've been this day and what it means for me. I'm thinking about this and what I can bring. Don't mess with myself in my own parade. God's given me so much, you see. I'm through this to look for you for me. We're all on this rock together, so the page out. We really should be better. Flying around the sun, love is trying to pull us here. Life's a celebration, so it's friendly little cheer. This year, cause we're all just spinning on the wheel of the year. It's how when to make fun and all the in between. Don't be going blind up to everything. Don't worry about the past, just live right here. We're all just spinning on the wheel of the year. Looking back on old times, as a young rich, learn about the divine. All the searching to try to find my God. No one had a love to eventually found mine. It's not about who you had to send to who's bad, for what degree that you got for what class. It's about not the chance. Touch yourself, hit the neck with the lid. Can you really take the time to learn? To teach through a year and a turn. Try to think about the sun of land, not to lose the clock in your hands. Be it in the cup, a soul practitioner. I'm feeling not taking you off from Mother Earth. And whatever form you choose to be, you can top. That shit's ice cream. Fly around the sun, on this giant blue sphere. Life's a celebration, so it's spread a little cheer. This share of love, but don't hold it with fear. Cause we're all just spinning on the wheel of the year. It's how when we make fun and all the in between. Hope we don't mind up to everything. Don't worry about the past, just live right here. Cause we're all just spinning on the wheel of the year. What I'm saying is stop the hate. Nothing's new, let's be trying to educate. Can't be bad, ignorant, fair chance. We gotta come together as a community. Be true, what we believe. Ain't at a hard not to what we will. Fly around the sun, don't try to sphere. Life's a celebration, so it's good to cheer. This share of love, but don't hold no fear. Cause we're all just spinning on the wheel of the year. It's how when we make fun, all the in between. Open your mind to everything. Don't worry about the past, just live right here. We're all just spinning on the wheel of the year. Yeah, if the shit don't fit, don't hurt. We're all in this together, guys. Okay. Yeah. Pagan proud, y'all.
So, guys, I got one more for you this evening. And I know I'm coming up on time, if not already over. So, just got this last one. But before I get into it, I just have to say, this song changed me. The music for this song was produced by Sir Ebony Nash. And she sent it to me. And the muse struck immediately. And I sat down and I meditated and put the beat on repeat. And I had this vision. And I turned that vision into the lyrics for this song. And I hadn't had an experience like that in a decade. So thank you, Ebony, for creating the beautiful piece of music that became this song. And it's the latest single that I just released. I released it on O Star. I'm gonna need some water for this one real quick. Okay. I present to you Persephone's Dance. If you haven't heard it yet, you can find my music anywhere. Bandcamp, Spotify, iTunes, CloudRound's Wicked on Bandcamp.com.
Keep my head up, follow a little bit press. Tell me what's that? Sit down and close my eyes. Surround myself with paleo light. Enter in my headspace, going to my safe place. Gotta figure out where I fit this rap race. I enter my place with a dead I'm winner. Trees bearing the boys like they were center. Cold in my walls, but I can't go through the guys out to a place. When I saw there, you can't define. I try while I write these rhymes. I can't believe I was given the honor. Watching the second dance on the water. You all hail to the queen of the underworld. Bringing the family back to the world. I had a vision like no other. Watching Persephone dance on the water. A place where my mind can rest. Let it go with the stress. I don't back to a place where I water. Watching Persephone dance on the water. One hand is from she walked by me, but she was late. She turned around with a smile at me. The temperature rose like 30 degrees. Just me. She wrote me to the sky. Turned her face to me and she closed her eyes. She gently smiled. Said he missed her eyes. She started over with a pale white light. She called her eyes. Bring back the sunlight. Started to go dancing. She checked with me. Side still frozen by the beauty I see. Watch you fly this room. Please go back. Coming to speak here. This is my life. Even this moment, I would like to tell myself everything to real. I knew exactly what to do. I took a couple steps out onto the water, and I took her hand. She pulled me close and she asked,
"Now, do you understand?"
Shook my head and we started dancing, water splashing, started laughing. It was like all the problems were off the bat. Like the guys for the dance and people way back. I had to tell this tale to another. Hope you find my sisters and brothers. An experience like no other. Me and Persephone dancing on the water. You all hail to the queen of the inner world, bringing the family back to the world. I had a vision like no other. Me and Persephone dancing on the water. A place where my mind can rest. And let go of so many stress. I go back to that place where I want. Me and Persephone dancing on the water. You all hail to the queen of the inner world, bringing the family back to the world. I had a vision like no other. Me and Persephone dancing on the water. A place where my mind can rest. And let go of so many stress. I go back to the place where I want. Me and Persephone dancing on the water. This will change my life. Just be in the water. This will change my life. Just be in the water. I want to thank you guys so much for having me. Lustration 2021. I love you guys. Thank you so much. And I'm definitely down to hang out a little bit if everybody wants to. I thank you so much for having me. It's an absolute pleasure.
Excellent, excellent job. Thank you so much for sharing your blessing with us this evening.